and thank you for joining me today. I have noticed another recent development. Latest one. My own is anything I notice, I bring it to your table. My work, my duty is to check what is going on, what is happening. And anyone I notice, I bring it to you. Seun Okinbaloye of Channels TV. He has a private podcast. You people know. Apart from the channels, that one is owned by another person. He has a small podcast where he invites guests to come and speak. They discuss different issues that is bothering the nation, Nigeria country, or any other matter they feel they should discuss on the show. This Seun Okinbaloye invited a guest. Instead of him to ask the guest, this guest I'm talking about is working for Tinubu. He's there for Tinubu cabinets. He's Tinubu brother. Seun did not ask the guest how far about Tinubu policies. Why does it look like Nigeria is shaking under your watch? What is your master, T.pain, doing? It be like say no show. They leave Tinubu. They can't talk about him. Do you know the next thing they do? They bring up the case of P2B. It's not only P2B that contested for Nigeria election. There is Atiku Abubakar. There is Kwankwaso. These ones are very popular. Seun will not ask his guests Tinubu policies. I don't think he's good. Do you think it will work so that it doesn't look like he's asking his guest question and at the same time answering? Why does it look like it's a little bit, it's not stable? They will leave the matter. Seun is now asking his guests, how do you think P2B did not convince you enough? Why do you think the policies of P2B would not work? All the manifesto he wrote, this is not election period. No be election season with this. We are not in campaign season. This is the season of governance. But to Seun Okinbaloye is asking his guests, P2B not convince you enough why you did not support P2B, so that they will leave the major matter on ground and chase shadow what is not important to Nigeria as at now. Let us watch him. Watch them and see that Nigeria is not a serious country.
So you, in terms of that, you did not, P2B did not convince you enough about how practical.
Him and his team, I don't think, had practical ideas about the digital economy or even the expertise to run these things.
So the issue of production that he was advocating for.
Well, he's advocating manufacturing. We're never going to compete with China. I think it's very important for everybody to understand that we cannot be competitive in agriculture or manufacturing because we simply lack the infrastructure, period. And I think we should just stop barking up that tree. There's just no way that we're going to produce more than China produces. It will always be cheaper for us to buy from China than for us to produce it in Nigeria for many things.
So we should just focus on what matters.
Focus on making revenue, right? You're broke. Why bother about making spoons for yourself when you can go work, get a salary, and buy food and spoons? Let's generate FX. Then we can worry about production later.
Have you seen the clown? Did you hear what the clown has to say? Why Seun Okinbaloye? Watch and listen with keen interest. He doesn't have an input. No input. Let us generate FX first. Then we can worry about production later. That was his last submission. These are the people running Nigeria. How do you intend to generate FX when you cannot produce for exportation? Production cannot work in Nigeria. Let us go and work first. You want to create a job for Chinese because he said he cannot produce spoon when you can easily get that spoon cheaper in China. Because they do not have the infrastructure to produce. That P2B does not understand the digital economy. It is only the pandemic that understand the meaning of digital economy. And I can see the way your lives are digitalized in Nigeria. So, what this clown, Seun the Y0ruba, brought in his studio, is saying is that Nigeria is not ready to produce anything. Because Obi stated it in his manifesto, that there is oil in the north that he is going to tap. Not just that. He is not only going to centralize on the oil, that land in the north. There are other things he pointed out, how he can easily bring food. Feed yourself first. Give yourself food first. By making sure there is electricity, there is security. These are what you need. There is no infrastructure that is bigger than electricity and security. But a clown that is working with Tinubu, you see this boy, what Tinubu told him, now waiting him can't discharge. Nigeria is not moving anywhere. The guy he has vomited what they said in Aso Rock. Let us generate effects. Go to work. Let us go and buy things cheap in China. The policies of P2B will not work. So I don't want you people to feel like P2B is the president we miss in 2023. We miss him. So that people might not start warming up. Nah, Tinubu on is not working. Let us look that way. Just know that P2B policies will not even work. He does not have the team. He doesn't have the experience to run a digital economy. And that is production. He cannot compete with China. Nobody is telling you to compete with China, clown. You can start from somewhere. If China and Singapore had sat down to have this type of mentality, do you think that China and Singapore will be where they are today? The production we are talking about is happening in Abao. In the 60s and 70s, Nigeria have production houses, production industries and factories everywhere. That was why Nigeria money had a lot of value. But what this boy is telling you is that let us, first of all, let us be generating effect. I want this clown to tell you, how does he intend to generate the effect when he don't even want to create jobs internally? He says it's impossible. It's impossible to produce anything in Nigeria. It's impossible to manufacture anything in Nigeria. So P2B always quoting SAT of China did this, China did that, China can do this, China can do that. We can tap from them, we can do like them. He said, let's forget production. Forgetting production means that Naira is not going to be stable. Forgetting production means that there is no electricity that is coming into Nigeria anytime soon. Forgetting production simply means that as Nigeria day, it will still remain static and stagnant because there is no move. They are not doing anything. Everything you see them doing, they will say, oh, today be like say Naira don't stable. Dollar is going down. Naira is fighting. It's artificial. Artificial way of helping the Naira. They are using money to help dollar to function artificially. So when they are tired of borrowing money to help dollar, what happens? Because they said that they are not going to produce anything in Nigeria. They are not yet ready. No passion for leadership. Now the people where Seun they invite coming in podcast to come yarn rubbish. Seun the Y0ruba, this issue of Obi when they discuss, how does it relate to the governance that Tinubu is expected to deliver to Nigerians? In few months' time, Tinubu will clock 2 years in office with nothing to show for it. Obi sit down for his house, Obi this, Obi that, Obi is sneezing. Because when they mention his name, nobody talk about the manifesto where they inside article own. Nobody talk about waiting article right for a manifesto or kwankwaso. It is the one of Obi. He said that it is easy we can make it happen. If China can do it, we can. If Egypt can do it with electricity, of course we can. They don't even believe in themselves. Have you seen that the head of Tinubu is empty? Have you seen that Tinubu team, all of them, their heads are empty. It's like a warehouse. It's only echo. Echo. I don't have any problem with what they want to say about whether Nigeria, because I already know that Nigeria cannot work with Bulaba and Balablu. I don't talk, and I will continue repeating it. Nigeria is heading nowhere with Bulaba and Balablu. Do you get it? A town hall and a roasted corn. Nothing now. You do not see what he's doing to you people. Every day they are increasing. You will pay tax for this. You will pay tax for that. MTN increased their tariff. Glo increased their own. DSTV increased their own. Everything in Nigeria is increase. Nothing to do to alleviate the poverty or to to an extent, reduce or minimize the poverty the people are passing through. Nobody is addressing it. All Tinubu knows is that there is nothing he can do about it. He will continue taxing you people, until you people turn to labor. The people that even have a little flesh, will run away from you. That is what this clown is saying. So, Seun, Peter Obi no be Nigeria president. I have watched more than 5 of your podcasts. It's all about Obi. Is this a paid advert? What do you Abi? You are looking for? You want your show to gather momentum for people to notice it? Is it a trend you are looking for? Why always call Obi? You cannot tell him this one about Tinubu, this one about Tinubu, because I don't understand how Obi is not the president, and what is in his manifesto is what we are still discussing today, meaning that they are not ready to give us good governance anytime soon. What's all this thing all about? Seun Baloye, invite the people working for Tinubu, invite Tinubu himself to come in this your podcast and explain to Nigerians why he said manufacturing and production in Nigeria is going to be like building someone's castle in the air, because it's never going to come to pass. It can never happen. It will just only happen in maybe in our dreams, because they said that Nigeria will not produce anything. They're interested in just generating effects. That's all. Forget production. Now the people where they run Nigeria, and they are comparing themselves with Obi. All of us stay here. All I have to say in summary is, let Seun Baloye leave Peter Obi alone. No, whichever way Tinubu says he's going to run Nigeria, that is his choice, and that is all his business. But our own is, you cannot be calling people on your show to be talking about Obi or discussing him, because I don't think that he's accountable to anybody. There is nobody he's going to explain anything to. When we reach campaign season, then that is when he will say that this is what I will do or not. Then you have the right to come and counter whatever you think he's saying. But as at now, Tinubu have collected the mandate by force. Let him show working. We are not seeing anything. 2 years is close by and do nothing. Everywhere they are sitting, everywhere block. It is the update I brought for you people. This is the clown working with Tinubu in Aso Rock. God bless you all, and thank you for watching.